What's up, nerds, and welcome back to yet another episode of Door Kickers 2 Task Force North. We've been using realistic military tactics and realistic, authentic close quarters battle doctrine and applying those techniques to this game. This game is called Door Kickers 2 Task Force North. We've been playing it for, gosh, seems like about a year now, and they keep pumping out updates. And they've just released the final update of 2021. This one adds night vision to the core game mode. This is a mechanic that we've been asking for quite some time. It's really going to change the dynamic and the way that we play and plan a lot of this game. And with the update also comes some new objects. You got some new helmets that have now been added, and we've got some new maps that are now using the night feature. And they've actually gone back and they've updated some of the old maps to now reflect night rather than day as they were initially intended. Today we're taking a look at a level called Blockade. Blockade is, in fact, one of these new maps that have been added to exercise the night feature. And we're bringing our Ranger Direct Action Assault Squad to this fight to perform the hostage rescue. And before we begin choosing troops to go on these missions and then planning out the operation itself, we always do on this channel what we call intelligence preparation of the battlefield. Intelligence preparation of the battlefield is a deliberate process done during planning to help you understand the environment that you're going to be operating in, the enemy that you're going to be facing in that environment, the terrain that the enemy is going to use to fight you. And then once you've done that analysis and you've determined how you think the enemy is going to fight, and only then do you actually begin planning the operation to conduct your mission. It'd be foolish to begin planning without having done some sort of intelligence preparation of the battlefield. In this mission, Blockade, we have two tasks. One is mandatory and the other is optional. And those tasks are first to rescue all of the hostages. Do a quick kind of cursory glance around the map. We see up here that we have one hostage identified in the open. And I don't know. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's now telling us that Intel placed the hostage at this location. So there's now an intel mechanic. In the past, the only way we've been able to see hostages in the structure prior to our assault is by using either being able to like look into a courtyard like this, or if there was like a camera or something live streaming a video like that, we'd be able to identify it. But this time around, it looks like we have Intel placing a hostage at this location. So now we know that we can orient our assault on that location. And it makes sense that Intel would place him at a spot before we actually trigger a rescue attempt. Hostage rescue is extremely dangerous. By performing a hostage rescue, you're essentially saying the life of the hostage is more valuable than the life of the assaulters going to rescue that hostage. Once you've made that determination, you incur a shit ton of risk, and you place the lives of your assaulters at risk to do whatever it takes to get to that hostage on time. But before you make that gamble, you need to have some pretty damn good intelligence indicating exactly where you think that hostage might be before you go risking the lives of the guys who would go and fight to get to that hostage. So if we've got to get to this hostage, rescue them, and then get that hostage to the extraction point is down here. Begs the question, how does one go about doing that, and how many other bad guys are on the map? Secondary task is to eliminate all terrorists. I'm not going to pursue that one necessarily because my primary mission is to get the hostage and get out. I will definitely go bad guy hunting if we have the opportunity to, but the mission is to get the hostage and get off. That's our primary objective. That's what I'm going to invest the bulk of my effort trying to do. We've got 6 troops that we're able to bring to the fight. In order to accomplish this, we will make sure they are properly equipped for the task. As we begin preparing our IPB, let's take a look at what we got here. First thing that comes to mind is that it's nighttime. And not only is it nighttime, but it's nighttime and we're looking at an urban area with 4 structures on the apexes of the map, and bisecting these structures across the center is a large high-speed avenue of approach. However, that high-speed avenue of approach appears to have been the scene of a protracted conflict, and I say that because we've got a tank knocked out over here, we have a bus over here, we've got a burn pit right here indicating there could be very well people outside the burn pit, you know, hovering around it for warmth. We've got more fire over here either as a result of battle damage, but because it's just a pile of chairs, more likely it's just burnt scrap meant to keep guys warm. Or at nighttime, oftentimes you'll see certain adversaries use stuff like burn pits to create a big thermal signature and a lot of light to wash out night vision devices, especially if they themselves do not have night vision. It's a way for them to mitigate the risk of facing a force that does have night vision. I'm going to start up here where we know our hostage should be and kind of perform a little analysis of this space before we move on to any others. Hostage in the northernmost portion of the structure. Got a large container of an unknown substance right here. Certainly could be explosive material. Primary billeting area here, large bed, could sleep 2 to 3 adult males or a family potentially. Courtyard out back, likely a place for guys to just hang out and or you know, smoke cigarettes and stuff like that, especially if they've got a perimeter around them so they don't have to be observed while they do it. Narrow corridor, jugs of an unknown substance right here. Weapons, crates, more kind of lounging area. So 1, 2, 3 places to kind of chill. So that would kind of be my my suspicion is that's kind of where the guard force would hang out. And then, of course, most importantly, the hostage himself is sitting behind a flimsy, locked door. So we'd have to have a way to get in there and get to him safely and quickly. If we look over here, we've also got a defensive fighting position. So sandbags are built up, 2 more spots for guys to be hanging out at and guarding what they assess to be my most likely avenue of approach, which would be through this primary breach or through this primary breach. If they're assessing that I'm coming that way, then I'm obviously not going to go that way. At this battle position, they also have, looks like a Dishka heavy machine gun behind a Jersey barrier, and they've also got a Tech Vic with another heavy weapon system on it. So a lot of firepower, a very, you know, obvious military signature. We're expecting heavy weapons. We're expecting a large number of fighters on this target. If we look up into the northeastern quadrant, I've got more weapons crates, more billeting area, kind of latrines. Interestingly, the bathroom is locked, which means it's either occupied right now or they're doing stuff in there other than using it as a bathroom, so like storage and that sort of thing. Already spoke to this large barricade, which is very likely another observation post or a battle position. Dudes are probably hanging out around this fire to stay warm. If we look at the southeastern portion, completely blacked out room. Looks like it could be some sort of armory. This looks like it's like a weapon rack. I see a shoulder-fired weapon there. I see a long gun there. Looks like a sub gun there. Another burnout vehicle here either was recently knocked out or they're burning it again to wash out nods or create a heat signature. Inside, we've got another heavy weapon system. We have a vehicle that's been modified as what I would assume to be a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. Typically, armored slating like that isn't used necessarily to transport troops and instead is used to protect the driver who's able to deliver that vehicle to its target and then detonate it. Lots of weapon supplies and crates and stuff like that over here. If we keep working clockwise around the map, over here we see, oh, interesting. We're seeing like Western style assault weapons on the map now. Additional billeting. Yeah, okay. Signature is pretty similar all the way around. So how do I go about getting to this hostage and then getting back and doing so safely? I think the right way to do it is to secure the extraction site, you know, almost as a rule, as a means of setting conditions before pressing towards the hostage himself. And then establishing security in this area and in this area where I can pull long security and essentially create a corridor that would allow me to get to the hostage and bring him home. As far as getting to the hostage, I think the fastest way to him very likely is going to be, man, it's almost like I need to go this direction. I would love to come through a wall or something right here or right here and avoid altogether this disaster. The challenge I'm seeing is there's a lot of debris between me and that wall, so it's going to be very difficult kind of selecting a breach point. So I think the way to do it might be to go explosive right here and then rush to the hostage, pull long security this way to interdict anyone come this way. As I go explosive here, go Simo with frag around the corner. That might even be unobserved frag, and then hold this threshold and fight from it long. And remember, we also have a battle position right down here doing the same thing, and then hold this threshold and use that to provide rear security, and then haul ass out this breach with my guy using as much cover and concealment as possible. Lots of suppressive fire back to the objective. To do this, we have 6 guys to help us accomplish the mission. Let's go ahead and start picking them out now. First, drummer. Actually, if this is my battle position that's going to provide most of kind of like my suppressive fire and isolation, then I'm going to put machine guns and snipers down here, and I'm going to put my primary assault force over here. So I think I'm going to go, gosh. Yeah, I'm going to go machine gun and machine gun, and then I've got 4 dudes left. I'm going to bring Drummer and Philly and Minnow. Now bring 1 Grenadier. It'll be Spartan 1. I'm going to start by dressing up the machine gunners. I like the Mark 48 a lot. I'm going to leave them with the MGO, which is just a machine gun optic. They've got a low cut helmet right now. I'm going to upgrade, I think, to the rifle grade high cut. What's this next gen thing? I've never even seen this before. Available for testing in limited quantity, the next gen helmet takes advantage of very modern tech to provide an enlarged protection area and level 3 protection from minimal weight resistance. Has a 20% chance to stop critical shots. Has a 10% chance to block critical shots while pistols, submachine guns, and most assault weapons. Okay, I guess I'm going next gen for everyone. Since we've got the stars to do it, we'll go ahead and unlock the next gen helmets, and then I am also going to go interesting. So they've already got some night vision optics in here. They've got PVS 14s, which is a single tube, you know, kind of traditional conventional force optic. A lot of guys growing up in the military are probably familiar with these. This one already has a J-arm attached to it, it looks like. Still has the eye cup on it. You won't see that in use a whole lot. Most dudes will rip the eye cup off altogether. Just they end up falling off and they don't really do a whole lot for you. PVS 31s is definitely the more Gucci of the option. Even going up to like a PVS 15 over a PVS 14 is significant. Anytime you can get 2 tubes and increase your you know, your peripherals and just the amount of observation that you're able to achieve with your night vision, you want to, you know, try to do that. So we'll get the 31s. We're going to keep the all-around ESAPIs. Those are level 4 rifle plates, and I don't know that a whole lot else has been added. I like 2 frags, 2 smokes, and I think I'm going to put some shoulder fireds on this battle position as well. We'll go ahead and we will copy this loadout and we will paste it here for our buddy. So we have smokes. Everything else seems to have transferred over just fine. This gives us the opportunity now to put suppressive fire like this in either direction. Unfortunately, the machine guns aren't, you know, as lethal as you would expect in real life. Machine gun is a mass casualty producing weapon in the hands of a well-trained individual and a functioning weapon system. In this game, they're a little bit nerfed. They don't feel nearly as powerful as I think they probably should, but we are going to try to use them as intended nonetheless. Let's go over here and take a look at our assault squad. So we are going to run the Mark 18. I think I've got sauced ball selected. That's definitely the right move. We've got a can on our Daniel Defense Mark 18 CQB-R, and we've got an EOTech equivalent. Still comfortable with all that based off of the engagement ranges that we are looking at. We're going to keep the Glock 22 with hollow points and irons. I am going to throw the next gen helmet on here. Hilarious that there's a Santa hat option. Good job, guys. I'm going to put dual tubes on here. I wonder if they're going to just assume I have a laser. So if you throw night vision on, you have 2 kind of ways that you can aim. You can either do what's called passive aiming, which is where you use your night vision to look through the optic and use the optic at nighttime. Not all optics are capable of doing that. One that certainly is the EOTech XPS series simulated by the holographic site here in Door Kickers. The other way to aim under night vision is to use a IR laser pointing device. You know, common versions are your PEC 15s, your LA 5s. You know, that sort of, you know, the INGAL is, you know, how the most modern version that's available and used in SOF and available on the civilian market. And that IR laser, it sits on the Picatinny rail system of your rifle, and then you can activate it and it'll fire off that IR beam. You can see that IR beam under nods. You are unable to see it with the naked eye, and then you can engage targets accurately with it, presuming, of course, you've zeroed it correctly. And, you know, that's fast as hell and super effective, and it's killed a lot of bad guys over the course of the GWAT, but it's also observable under nods, which means if the enemy can see it, they can also, you know, see the origin of it and engage you with it. So knowing when, why, if to use that aiming device is key. And I don't know if that aiming device is going to be simulated here in Door Kickers. So we've got our drummer here with 2 bangs, 2 frags, and a wall breach. Here we've got bangs, frags, and another wall breach. I'm going to change that to more bangs. Copy it and paste it. Change that to, we'll go with a mechanical breach option. And then finally, come down here to our Grenadier. Our Grenadier is Spartan 1 Actual today. If you're wondering what these names come from, all these guys are members of the channel. So one of the perks we ran a little while ago was members of the channel have the opportunity to get their names added in the game. Just kind of a fun thing we're able to do. So again, we'll go Mark 18 203. I can't put a can on this guy, so I'm going to have to just keep him quiet, hopefully. Next gen helmet, nods, sappies look good, and we'll leave, yeah, we'll go ahead and leave the launcher. So we've got 3 shoulder fireds available for use in this fight. Good deal. Okay, we'll go ahead and try to execute this. Whenever we play door kickers, we try to knock out these levels. Sight unseen, blind look, first attempt every time. So I've never played this map before. You guys just watched me perform my assessment of it and equip my dudes. Now we're going to go ahead and execute the map. And hopefully we get it in the first try, maybe not. Some things to consider: fighting at night. We already talked a little bit about the IR laser and then passive aiming. We talked a little bit about, you know, how fire and other things will increase how much light's being taken into the nods and at some point reduce their effectiveness. We know there's a bunch, look at that, there's a freaking crew served right there, so that's going to be a nightmare. So we know that there's a bunch of challenges associated with fighting at night, and some things we haven't really talked about is when you shoot and how easy it is to observe the muzzle flash of a gun being fired at nighttime. One of the ways to reduce that muzzle flash and avoid being targeted because of its obvious signature is by putting a can on your gun and making it quiet. The suppressors, the silencers that you see in Hollywood are typically exaggerated in their level of effectiveness. A can will make a gun quieter, sometimes quiet enough to even shoot it without wearing ear protection. Makes it sound a hell of a lot different. Makes it difficult to locate its origin, but importantly, it also reduces the amount of muzzle flash, which makes it difficult to identify, especially at nighttime. Not impossible though. All right, so here we know goals to go quiet, get here, wall charge, get back. Let's see how it goes. All right, we're moving into our first positions, still undetected. We have one enemy combatant here. We have a whole freaking group of them over here. None of them have spotted us yet. And then one of the challenges we've got, oh man, look at this. Another dude over here with a freaking RPG, another dude right here. So yeah, this place is just absolutely crawling with bad guys. One of the issues that we're going to run into is I don't have a way to get through this damn gate right here quietly. So the biggest issue that I'm going to see is they removed the lockpick from the Ranger faction. So my only way to get through this freaking gate is going to be to go mechanical on it and beat on it, and that's going to likely draw some attention. Luckily, we do have a battle position established at that point. But my biggest risk here is I start beating on this gate, and then all the enemies start collapsing this direction, or potentially go directly, towards our hostage, and go execute them. I don't have any other choice. We're going to try it and see what happens. All right, we're about to bang on this gate. We'll see what happens with these dudes. Yep, sure enough, they responded. Oh, God. So we're going to get a frag there. I'm going to allow this guy to engage. We're in trouble now. We're going to also have to get some grenades over the top here. So this is like where the whole violence of action thing comes in. We'll go grenade and we'll go bang. The bang will go right here. We also are standing in front of these drapes. These drapes could come down and we could get sprayed immediately. Yeah, this is going to be bad. Neo Terror Rex is over here just getting after it, dude. He's getting hurt though. We've got a frag right here. Needs to hurry because this RPG is about to freaking absolutely give us a problem. This breach is about to open up. Look at this. There's an RPG shoulder right there as well. This guy's blind firing. This guy's now suppressed and injured. We might lose him in the near term. We did lose him, so that's one casualty. Breach is open. We're flowing in. One's going left, two's going right. This is going to be a super dynamic and super dangerous clearance. We don't have much choice other than what we are doing right now. All right, these guys are now suppressed, which is lucky. Go ahead and authorize everyone to shoot. We have to haul ass. It is a hostage rescue. We are on the timer now, especially because we're compromised. We've taken one casualty. Our battle position down here isn't that effective, but we always talk about fighting from L's. This battle position has one chunk of that L right now. It's just one dude, and he's kind of alone and unafraid, and this heavy weapon could get mounted at any second. So it is imperative that with the other chunk of that L, we throw that hard left hook and get them in the fight as fast as possible. And look at that. They are using IR lasers as an aiming mechanism here. Oh, man. This guy's just absolutely getting freaking destroyed. All right, we're pushing long. I don't want to, but we don't really have a choice right here with two to take up that flank right there. These guys are going to continue moving the other direction. Open breach here. That means we've got enemy active around our hostage, which is a problem. We've managed to pin this dude, which is at least one good news story. I'm going to have this guy hold. I don't want him coming around this corner until minnow and just to pie off the rest of this other corner. Yep, he's about to get tore up. Okay, we're in an engagement over here. Rocket insurgents going down. We have an open breach here. Luckily, we've got two guys on it. I'm going to continue pushing. These guys have to hurry. RPG's coming in. Looks like it's off target. That's kind of a lucky break there. This guy, is he dead finally? Yes, he is. Thank God. We're going to narrow down this suppressive band, keep it right there. We do have another RPG gunner up here. And, fuck, man, this is getting gnarly. We're going to hold this guy here, pan off the rest of this. Nice. All right, so our battle positions managed to re-achieve suppressive fire. He's knocked out this entire observation post that we had assessed as being there during our intelligence overview there in the beginning. We have one dude pinned in the open. We have another grunt insurgent or rocket insurgent suppressed deep. One of my concerns now is we only have 58 rounds left in this drum, and then Gylo's going to have to change out. So that's going to be a challenge. The good news, though, is that we are in a significantly better position than we were, and we're now able to start pushing towards the breach. So we're going to hold primary breach here, hold rear security here. These dudes need to like haul ass to right here.
Go.
We are making long shots into that threshold there, so that's good. Still look like we're having some good long-range suppressive effects. I'm going to go ahead and get crazy and put a shoulder fire deep while I think I have the opportunity. I do have one enemy that's going to push this corner and give me trouble here in a second. Oh, man, he's absolutely getting destroyed from right there. Who is that? Who is it? Spartan, live! Let's go, Spartan. Holy shit. All right, so we've got good security on the breach. We've got dudes moving to their last cover and conceal before going dynamic into this structure to get to our hostage. We're about to launch an AT-4 long to knock out this dude. Hopefully ours goes off before his does. Come on, buddy. Ours is off. We're immediately going to go back into suppression, keeping that same kind of, that same sector of fire there. He got knocked out, but we're going to take one back in return. This is a hell of a fight, folks. A freaking hell of a fight. I am going to go back to pull rear security Looks like I got one civilian there dead. Excuse me, that civilian's still alive, but it could get gnarly in a second. I hope this RPG doesn't eat me in the face. Here it comes. Oh, God, that's close. Oh, it missed. But now we're taking fire here. We need to get that gun back in the fight immediately. Thank God we've got decent cover. Gilo is injured, though, but he is going to have to figure this one out on his own, brother, because the rest of the team is going hard into this structure. The way we're going to do that is choke up the stack from right here. We're going to get a bang in. Once that bang goes in, we'll go dynamic with the rest of the team. Come on, buddy. He's pinned. We do have another rocket insurgent right here who actually, by some freaking miracle, has a bead on Gilo. Dude. All right, that bang goes off. We don't have a choice now. We're going dynamic into this one. We're going to lead towards the hostage, so we'll bias that. Number 1 man will go path of least resistance to right here. Number 2 man will delay only a brief moment, and he'll come through and end up holding this direction. Right there. He'll end up holding that sector until we get the rest of the team in. The rest of the team is going to come in long. Just like that. This dude will pull rear until the last moment. Okay, boys. Another RPG's on the way. This is the third one that Gilo's taken. The only reason that he's still alive is he's got lucky. Let's see if he can stay that way. We also have one enemy here. He's going to give us some flanking fire as we try to cross this breach. That's a problem. He did manage to knock out this one last guy. This RPG is looking pretty accurate, folks. Oh, my God. Okay. We're shifting his sector of fire deep again to this asshole. We have managed to successfully enter and clear this room. We have one open threshold here. That's the near and immediate threat. We're going to go ahead and pan across it. We're going to immediately give our boy a 2-man. We also need to... Jesus Christ. We're going to have to take it. So difficult challenge here. We have a closed door here, right? So this is all still a threat, but it's a significantly lesser threat than our open threshold here and our open threshold here. We're in a hallway. The hallway could be defined as a fatal funnel by virtue of the fact that it has opposing doors, which are both open, and they could be just absolutely magnetizing enemy rounds come into those directions. So what we're going to do here is immediately take this one. We're going to hold this one if we can manage it. I am going to move into cross coverage because I'm committing through this threshold. If I've got enemy back in here, I don't want them to be able to shoot along this axis and hit Drummer or Spartan in the back. I'm going to have Drummer hold for 1 second. Now we've got good cross coverage established. So this all looks good. Am I reloading this machine gun? I am, and he's reloading an RPG. We're going to have to get freaking lucky one more time, Gilo. One more time. That way we have good cross coverage. I'm going to go ahead and lead in. Like so. And that will solve that problem for us. Open breach to the rear. We knew that was our second most dangerous threat, right? Another RPG is on the way. My brother, get your shit together. Oh, man. All right, now that this breach is open, before I press my hostage, I do need to get out here and clear this courtyard, or we're going to get attacked from the rear this entire freaking map, and I don't want that to happen. This thing, again, looks like it's on track. Oh, my God. Please kill this, man. I should have, man. If we had 2 machine gunners down here, we'd be doing okay right now. We would. We'd be doing okay. We don't, so we're going to just deal with what we've got. All right. This is my big threat now, so what we'll do is bang with this man. Thank God he knocked out that thing. All right, we're going to kill this and put this man in a watch and shoot. That bang is now going in. The reason I have him watch and shoot is just to save ammo. He's got 85 rounds left in that box, and now if any threats expose themselves, he can kill them. but I'm not going to have him just spraying for the sake of it with all known threats neutralized in the near term. Bangs in. We're going to lead in with Drummer. He can see most of the room. He is going to button hook. So he'll hold here. He'll center check here. And then as soon as he breaks the threshold, you guys know the drill. He'll collapse. 2-man. Be right here. He'll go long. This should actually just be a 2-man clear. And that should do it. All right, we're clear. External collapsing back into this structure. Security is now reestablished. How are we looking over there? Battle position still doing work. 48 seconds have elapsed, folks. 48 seconds have elapsed. All right, good rear security. 2-man's got the bang. We'll get a bang right here. There we go. That's a better angle for us right there. And then we'll actually kind of come over here and we'll bang the opposite direction as well. I don't have any bangs left. That's not good. All right, we're going to bang left. We'll bang right as well, but we will pull security over to do it. Bangs are out. We're going to go near far to dominate the hallway. Double check my battle position. Still no threats observed. External. Get your butt. All right, we will go ahead and take this hallway. Simo with 2 assaulters. While also, there we go. We're going to hold this door. Who has the most bangs? You've got 2. You've got 0. You're coming with me. Looks good there. That's why we're in a watch and shoot. Still having good effects with our machine gunner. Right place, right time, right position. Finally working towards our hostage now. This is potentially the most dangerous part, right? We could be worried about booby traps on the door. We could be worried about guards in his room. Could be worried about any number of things. Here's another question, or another thing we didn't talk about. We still got nods down, right? We still have nods down on these dudes. When you enter a structure like this, especially one that's lit, those nods would probably come up. White light would come on. Wearing nods inside of bright places doesn't work particularly well. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it doesn't work particularly well. It screws with your depth perception, gives the enemy an advantage. Oh my god, we just got freaking blasted from the rear. Jesus, rear security matters, dudes. That was a heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. All right, we'll hold this. Spartan's injured. Philly's injured. Spartan is less injured, so Spartan will collapse. As shown there. We'll go ahead and take this corner. Oh, God, the absolute freaking heartbreak. We got to pull long right now. We also have challenges in the open spaces at the bottom portion here, so that's what I'm going to be more focused on. And I think I've got Spartan in a position where he's able to kind of observe both of these breaches. Yeah. If I give him that, you can kind of see both. We're going to cross in front of the hostage's door real quick. I don't like it, but again, necessary. All right, all of those doors are clear. That means we can come back here and work. There could still be enemy in there with our hostage. I don't have any lock popping charges near me, so I'm going to go mechanical, which again I don't like, because now we're working on a door from in front of the door. Another threat emerged right there. Looks like we're going to have a shot with our machine gunner. Again, that battle position working as intended. Now I've got a little offset. Let's see if I can... I want to find a way to go mechanical on this door without standing in front of it. That's not bad. Alright, we know that door's coming open. I'm going to slide with a shooter. We have 2 hostages in here. Go ahead and scoop them both up.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
Still have good security outside.
You're safe now.
Thank you.
All right, and if we found hostages here, and we found one more than we were expecting, it's just as likely, right, that we have hostages elsewhere in this structure. So I am going to check this room before we finally depart. That battle position is still freaking working for me. Open door, where is it? Right here. And then the one that we haven't accounted for a whole lot is this guy, but I do see an open door right there. That's right. Good work, good work. Okay, we'll hold this angle. And actually, this angle will allow me to pull good long security in this area, while my gunner worries a little bit more about that open threshold right there. All right, hostages. Get your butts in here. I don't want the hostages standing in front of that door. Stop moving. Stop moving. All right, buddy. We're going to boot from the side right here. Door's open. Pieing it. Taking it. All right, we're clear across this entire area at this point. All right, now we just got to get out alive. Should be super easy. All right, we've got established a pretty decent corridor here. We'll go start getting some of these smokes out into the high-risk areas. And take it all the way in. Biggest threat's going to be this structure while we move. This should provide good kind of like a PSD perimeter while we move. Next smoke's going right there right now. Smokes are up. Civilians are moving.
Alpha, go.
Got a nice perimeter for them. What a map. This was, I think this might be my favorite map in Door Kickers. It's, I'm not saying it's, incredibly realistic, but the added night vision and the complexity of that map and the ability to kind of maneuver around the entire thing, have to fight with multiple threats from multiple angles, have structures at the different apexes, the corners. Just an extremely rewarding map. That was only 2 minutes, 32 seconds of game played time. Let's take a look at how it all went down.
Alpha.